All right, our last speaker of the afternoon, and thank you so much for being patient. And I'm happy that the sun's over there. We're sad that it's not over here, but we're all together here, and we're just so happy and thankful. All right, so our last speaker is a resident of Vancouver Island. She's passionate about protecting our Constitution and stands together with fellow first responders. She served as a firefighter at a local volunteer department for 7.5 years until the fall of 2021, when she refused to disclose private medical information. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Roz Campbell. She loves you too.
Thank you guys so much for still being here today. I know I'm not Brian Peckford, but he will be with us again at a future event. Before I get started, I just want to acknowledge that people who are standing here today, like myself, are pretty private people. I don't have a huge, social media following. I have about 20 friends on Instagram. And so we're putting ourselves out here and we're being uncomfortable because we have to get uncomfortable and we have to push back. That's the only way we're going to get through this. So I'm incredibly honored to be speaking with you today as a first responder. I served as a firefighter at a local volunteer fire department in my small community for 7.5 years. When we were first offered the jab in the spring of 2021, I did not rush to book an appointment. Senior officers and captains started questioning me about my vaccination status, and when I told them I wanted to talk to my doctor first, the pressure increased. I held my ground. I met with my doctor, I read medical journals, and I made an informed choice which considered my age, my health, my risk, and the risk of the vaccine. A choice that is private medical information. The vaccine is still an emergency use medical treatment, and it uses technology that has never been tested on humans before. There's zero long-term data and carcinogenic research. Everyone needs that information to make a clear and informed decision. I served until October 31, 2021, responding to people in need, and never once did I consider their vaccination status, nor did I ever worry about the vaccination status of firefighters on my crew, because I knew every one of us, regardless of vaccination status, could still contract and transmit the virus. On November 1, my department initiated a vaccination policy, and I did not feel my department had shared any information that justified their egregious decision to exceed the provincial health order. At that time, to my knowledge, not a single member in my department had even contracted the virus. Many members, vaccinated and vaccine-free, stood down due to the vaccination policy. The department is still short members. So today, I rise for my firefighter brothers and sisters and all the other first responders and healthcare workers who are fighting for their right to choose. To be clear, this includes healthcare workers who willingly got the vaccine because they made an informed choice for themselves and decided it was the best choice for them. Yet, while countries around the world and provinces across the country prepare to drop mandates and passports, Dr. Bonnie Henry has doubled down on our healthcare workers. I guess the science is unique. I guess the science is unique in BC, and the virus changes at our borders. Dr. Bonnie County Henry, with the support of Health Minister Adrian Dix and Premier John Horgan, is trying to push through a mandate which will impact all regulated healthcare professionals in the province. I'm not going to go through the full list today, but it goes from everything from doctors to social workers to psychologists to veterinarians. It's massive. We already have a fragile healthcare system and a shortage of healthcare professionals in BC. Approximately 30% of British Columbians do not have a family doctor. We have been struggling since our nurses and BC public servants were put on unpaid leave in the fall. Those left to fill the gap by the nursing and BC public service mandates are now at their max, and they have taken stress leave. This needs to stop now, and our nurses and BC public servants need to be recalled to work and provided with back pay. The mandates are completely unjustified, and due to the staff shortages caused by mandates, we've had COVID-positive workers on front lines. This feels like nothing more than an attempt to remove dissenting voices. So, you can take action by visiting freedomtochoose.ca, which is run by a passionate group of BC healthcare professionals who are vaxxed and unvaxxed, standing for medical autonomy and informed patient consent. They have letter templates and all the contact information listed for the colleges, Henry, Dix, and Horgan. So that's freedomtochoose.ca. They are also very active on social media and have posted some incredible videos by some of our BC healthcare professionals. You can find them as BC Healthcare Collaborative on social media. There is another sensitive item that I would like to touch on today. As a third-generation Canadian of Ukrainian descent, I am gutted by what is happening in Ukraine and Russia. I also know that there is a long and complicated history between those two countries, which began to really spiral after the Ukrainian Revolution of Dignity in 2014, when a coup overthrew the sitting government. There are innocent lives being lost in Ukraine and Russia. War leaves a devastating path. I have seen many people on social media speaking about the war, and some Canadians are telling fellow Canadians that their current hardships do not compare to those of Ukrainians. If there is something I know for sure, it is that it is possible to feel compassion for people suffering during a time of war, while also feeling compelled to fight for every single one of my Canadian freedoms. Is a deceitful tactic used to silence those deemed less abused. Comparing levels of abuse is extremely demoralizing and a dehumanizing way to dismiss victims and their trauma. I know this because I grew up in an abusive home with an alcoholic father. Minimizing abuse is a psychologically abusive tactic used to confuse, suppress, and silence victims. Ironically, the Victoria Child Abuse Prevention and Counseling Center, listen to this, this is important. A center meant to support traumatized and sexually abused children, youth, and families, has a vaccine mandate for in-person sessions for people that are 12 and older, and it is posted front and center. It is posted front and center on their website. This is the kind of hypocrisy that we continue to see in our society, and we must call it out. I know you're tired of fighting. The devil couldn't take us out, so he's trying to wear us down. Right now, speaking about democracy and Christianity, and even saying the word freedom in Canada has become controversial. And that is a clear sign that our democracy is on unsteady ground. And so, I continue to speak about all of these things, and I do it with the courage of God behind me. I respect that not everyone here today is a Christian. And that is the beautiful thing about democracy. We can stand together even when we don't agree on everything. I also do not blindly pledge allegiance to any politician or political party. Every elected official is a public servant and they are accountable to every constituent, not just the ones that voted them into office. Do not forget that 60% of eligible voters voted in the last federal election. 1/3 of those voted Liberal, which means only 20% of Canadians support Justin Trudeau. And that's gone down since the election. So to my fellow Canadians, even one freedom taken away is one too many. Don't give up. Keep complaining, keep emailing, keep calling, keep posting, keep protesting, keep showing up. Stay vocal. Stay engaged. Inform your MLAs and MPs, because many of them use government-funded mainstream media to stay informed. Fight for every one of your damn freedoms. Whether it is to get on a plane, eat in a restaurant, watch your kids play sports, or to keep your job to put food on your table. Never feel guilty. Never feel foolish. You were born free, and you need to fight for every God-given freedom, regardless of what is happening anywhere else in the world. It is possible to
Wow,
fight.
thank you so much, Julia Peters, for that $50 donation. Wow.
And the right
Oh
to
my
your
gosh. Thank you so much.
while also caring about the
Holy.
lives of innocent
Julia
people
Peters, thank you
terrorized
so
by
much
war.
for that.
Don't
Wow.
let these gaslighters abuse you more.
Wow.
Keep fighting.
Thank
When
you.
people are controlled by
That's
fear,
very appreciated.
whoever controls the fear
Oh,
controls
thank you very
the
much.
people.
Jeez.
I know, because I grew up in a home like that. Let go of fear. It does not
Wow, that just
serve
made
you.
my day. Thank you so much. I don't do this for money, but all the money I make on YouTube, I reinvest into equipment. I have a gimbal right now to steady out the image, and bought it with the money I make on YouTube, so thank you.
On their website, along with contact info for MPs and senators. We need you to stand up for democracy and pick up the phone and call them if you are concerned about Bill C-10 and Bill C-36, which have already been mentioned today. Just a note that one private member is calling to ban Fox News in Canada. That's a real thing. Bill S-233. Also note that there are changes trying to be made to the federal Canada Labor Code. They're trying to make COVID-19
Thank you guys so much.
vaccination mandatory.
I really appreciate each and every one of you.
One other item to note is the World Health Organization Global Health Accord. Who has heard of this? So the World Health Assembly has launched a process to develop a historic accord on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. This accord could supersede all constitutions worldwide in the event of a pandemic. You must contact your politicians. The Honourable Mr. Brian Peckford, the last living co-author and signatory of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, inspired me to get more involved. I heard him speak in December and he set my heart on fire. It is absolutely our civic duty to be engaged because, as he said, democracy is a very fragile thing and most countries around the world have had to fight to keep it. Our time has arrived.
Thank you
now.
so much, Julia Peters. Yeah, I put on another jacket.
If you have not contacted
So I should be good.
MPs or senators,
It's still
you
kind of
cannot
cold,
sit idle
but
any
thank you
longer.
so much for
Our
that
charter
donation.
has been desecrated by
That
these
made me very
continuing
happy.
mandates
Thank
and
you.
restrictions. The science is not unique in Canada. I have a few important updates about weunify. On February 14th, the NDP stood with the Liberals and voted down a motion to put forth the Conservatives, which required the Liberals to present a plan to exit federal mandates. The NDPs and the Liberals stood and voted down that motion. They didn't want to put forth a plan to exit pandemic mandates in Canada.
Waver Hunter, thank you so much for that $10 donation. It says live media is the future. Thank you for showing the world our story. Thank you so much, Waver Hunter, for that $10 through Super Chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Canadian politics in the last 6 months than I've ever been in my entire life. Even if every single mandate dropped tomorrow across this province, our work is not over. And don't forget that Dr. Bonnie Henry referred to returning restrictions in the fall in her last press conference. We have plans for the weeks and months ahead at We Unify to continue to stand for democracy. Our elections team is starting to grow. We need a solution to the problem in politics, and we are going to create that urgently needed solution. We are canvassing our membership and identifying quality people so that we can build a base of candidates. We are focusing on local and civic elections this fall. We Unify is going to build a new provincial political party in BC. Most Canadians are reasonable people, and we want reasonable policies and solutions. Our legal team has been working extremely hard and has also prepared demand letter templates. These demand letters can be used by anyone that is on unpaid leave, has been terminated, or that resigned under duress due to mandates. We Unify is going to stand for you and take action. If your employer does not negotiate within the terms of the letters, the legal team will file court paperwork. Our newly formed outreach team is working to bring fellow Canadians on side by working with small businesses, many who vehemently oppose and disagree with the current mandates. The outreach team is also preparing to recall elected officials who are no longer representing their constituents. We are also committed to an event every month. Our next event is on Sunday, April 17th, which is the 40th anniversary of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And yes, that's Easter Sunday. Our May event will run on Saturday, May 14th, and we are excited to announce that the Honourable Mr. Brian Peckford will be back to speak and share his passion for democracy. My last note is that we are a volunteer organization comprised of all walks of life. Many volunteers here have lost their jobs. Running an event like this takes a tremendous amount of time, energy, and money. We spent approximately $10,000 on this event today. So I have to ask, have you enjoyed your time here? Did you learn something, and are you leaving feeling inspired? Are you going to contact your elected officials? Please visit the website at weunify.ca. You can learn more about the organization, and you can also donate online. You can see all the videos from our January 29 event and all the videos from today. We Unify has the goal to be able to hire staff and register as a nonprofit. Thank you for your support in ensuring that will happen. God bless Canada.